Hi guys, it's Nina from VR Focus, and today I'm going to be talking about Noire the VR case files. So this is coming to the HTC Vive this December for £29.99. And for anybody who is a huge fan of the game and a huge fan of virtual reality and even a huge fan of film or theatre, this is 100% a new experience. Now, I think Rockstar Games is the fact that they're making a virtual reality game, one, is fantastic. Two, the fact that they're taking a game and understand the idea or the concept of immersion and taking a game that really captures characters and actors and performances and needs you to look at small little details and pick up on small things, which is really necessary for virtual reality, is absolutely fantastic. And the fact that there are 7 missions is great. So I tried it at Rockstar Games and I tried it on HTC Vive, and I was playing the cop Cole Phelps. Cole Phelps is a cop that works for the LAPD. You are in Los Angeles in the 1940s, in the glitz and the glamour, but there's also a lot of corruption. Now, Rockstar Games have taken real life cases that happen in Los Angeles and put them into the game. So the cases that you're actually solving are real cases, which is super cool. Now, you start off in an office. What I usually do in virtual reality is I take items and I interact with them and then I trash it. After you have stopped trashing the office, looking at every single drawer, file, smoked a cigar, put on different types of hats, looking at yourself in the mirror, checking yourself out, playing different songs on the record player, and after you're bored with that, you're finally gonna go sit at your office and you're gonna look at a file and you're gonna open a case. And then this is where the tutorial starts. I took a case. There are going to be 7 different cases that you'll be able to do, which are from the original game. This case was a tutorial case, so you're investigating a murder or a crime scene. You're out on the street, you're walking in the city, and then there's like gunshots. You hear people scream, you run towards it, and there's a man that's dead lying on the pavement. And obviously you're a cop. The police come around and you have to go and start your investigation. Now, in virtual reality, it's super weird because you have to kind of go over and lean over this guy's body, open his jacket, and bits and pieces of clues will highlight blue. And I found a wallet and you have to pick it up and you take a notebook and you start writing down clues. Now, your character or the characters around you will start giving you clues and you start writing that down in a notebook and you see them ticked off. So there's a dead man, you find his wallet, you find some bullets nearby. They're also highlighted blue, very small. You have to go look at them and you pick them up, you can look at them and you have to try and figure out, that's this type of bullet. And then you find a gun and you have to really look at the gun and really, Rockstar Games took over 500 different types of props and then upgraded the textures on them. So you can really look at every single object in full length and full detail and write down notes. Now then you go into the store, and now this is where the magic happens, because there's a woman inside the store and she is obviously traumatized. When you interact with someone and you talk to them, you're talking to them. You can have an intellectual conversation, you can discuss history and politics, but there's a lot of subtle things that happen, like the way or the direction their shoe or their feet are pointed, their shoulders, if they're open or closed, body language, and little subtle things that you subconsciously pick up on. And this is where the game really starts to shine. And this is where, as a filmmaker, as a theater director, as an actor, you can really see the performances come to life, and that is incredibly exciting. As a cop, you obviously start asking questions, you take out your notebook and you can do some freehand sketching. I decided to sketch a Pikachu because I am super immature. I was not allowed to capture that in-game footage, but trust me, it was beautiful. Either way, you can start writing down notes, but your character will pick up on things. And I was trying to figure out if she was lying to me or if she wasn't lying to me. I asked her where she was, how her relationship to the dead man outside. It turns out to be her boss. And you can move around her and you can look at her and you can ask her all of these questions. And she was like, kind of like that. And I was like, she's lying to me. There's like this gut instinct, this gut feeling where I'm like, she's lying to me. And you've got 3 different options. You can play good cop, bad cop, or you can accuse her. Now, you got to be very careful with these 3 different options, because if you choose the wrong option, you might not persuade her to give you more clues. So you got to be very careful. When I played it, I played the bad cop because I thought she was lying. And so I was like, stop playing around. She's like, okay, you got me, blah, 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 gives more information. And then you get the next clue in your notebook. Now, what I forgot to mention is there are different ways of moving in game. One of them is that an object gets highlighted, like a fence or a ladder, highlighted yellow. And if you click on it, you as a character will stand still, but you as a player, you kind of see like a ghost of you walk forward towards and over the fence or go towards the ladder. That's one option of moving. Or the other one is just motion control, where you're just moving your controllers back and forth, and your character will move in the direction that you're facing. So there's different ways of moving in the game, and it obviously depends on how comfortable you feel in virtual reality. So you take a car, you drive. I followed the rules. I waited for the light to go green, go to the next place, find out who owned the gun if someone tried to buy bullets, and the gun owner tells you that this man from a jewelry store did buy bullets for the gun. You go over to the jewelry store, and then a chase sequence starts. And what's quite interesting about the chase sequences in virtual reality is that it's quite difficult to both run and to shoot. So whilst you run, or when there is a chase sequence, you are basically Superman. You are invincible. If people shoot at you, you will not die. So if you're in like a shoot sequence and you have to duck and take cover, and you want to take cover, like, you know, running from one spot to another, you won't die in between this place and that place as you try and take cover. So that's super interesting. Just wanted to point that out. And then a fight sequence happens, and you really have to fight this guy. And I have done a lot of VR games, but I was like knackered after like punching this guy, and I jumped and I like tried to get over him, and I tried to go under him and try to beat the crap out of him. And in the end, we managed to capture him, and you feel super tired but super relieved because you managed to solve the case. Now this case file will go back into a file into your office. So every single time you go back to your office, you will see the file and it will say that you finished it and it's all good. This is incredible, one, because this game demonstrates that Rockstar Games understands what virtual reality is. I think they're testing out the waters to see, is our audience interested in virtual reality, and are they willing to purchase the game again but experience it in a new way. I think it's just an incredible, great demonstration of taking a video game and then bringing it up to the next level, because when I was in there, I just felt like these are real characters. I didn't want to drive over anyone whilst I was driving because it didn't feel right. I felt nervous and anxious as I was like going over this guy and opening up his jacket and going into his personal belongings. It felt wrong. And there were these little subconscious pieces of information that I was just reading and picking up. That's what real life is about. It's picking up on those subtle hints and those subtle clues about language, body language, and this game really, really excels at that. And in virtual reality, it just takes it to the next notch. So this game is also coming out to like the, to the Nintendo Switch, to the Xbox, to the PlayStation 4. But if you have an HTC Vive, and if you love investigating and you love great storytelling, and you want to really pick and see what it's like taking the next level of creative storytelling, or just kind of really being able to read actors' performances, this game is incredible. I mean, its motion scan technology brought it to Tribeca Film Festival for its innovative ways of storytelling and narrative sequences of gameplay. This game did that. Imagine what it's like in virtual reality. So Rockstar Games have obviously upgraded a lot of stuff. You'll be able to get new collectibles, all of the stuff, the textures, the lights, the god rays, they've upgraded. The game is coming out in 4K. So just imagine what it's like. Or don't. Buy the game and see what it's like. It's coming out this December. It's going to be 29 quid and 99 cents. I'm not quite sure what the price is in America, but I'm guessing it's like a similar price. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really want to know your thoughts about what you think about the game. What do you think Rockstar is doing with virtual reality? If you are going to buy the game, if you think the price is worthy for the game, let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below, or you can tweet us at VRFocus, or you can tweet me at NinaVRFocus, and I really want to know what you're thinking. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.